last, finally heading out on the road. This is the first leg of the real road trip. So we're heading out towards Vegas. Wow, have a look at that.
It's pretty exciting to be here right now and doing this. This is the real Vegas. Here we are down on Fremont Street having a good time with the girl.
Maybe one day it will be the right thing. I'll be good. Go, 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 go.
Yeah, baby. This is more what I'm talking about.
Oh my God.
Okay, here it is, Friday morning. A lot of Tucker people, like Tucker family members, are getting in touch with me and saying, yeah, look, we want to meet you, if you're going here, you're going there. We're going out to Hoover Dam today to have a look at.
Alright, so here we are, we're going for a bit of a helicopter flight over Hoover Dam. Thank you.
Hoover Dam, built in 1931, and that's Lake Mead you can see there. Quite an engineering feat at the time. Heading towards Reno now, have a look at that beautiful sunrise and the open road, just beautiful. I really enjoyed this drive.
Here we are at Harrah's Museum in Reno, Nevada, and I'm with Becky Contis. Hello, Becky.
Hi.
Thank you very much for taking me through the museum and showing us the Tuckers. So,
Absolutely. And we are actually the National Automobile Museum, the Harrah Collection, because the bulk of our collection came from Mr. Bill Harrah, so that's how we got our name.
okay. Well, you're going to take us for a walk through the museum and take us to the Tucker.
I will do that.
Terrific.
And I'll give you a little history on the way.
All right, let's do it. Okay.
All right, sounds perfect.
Yeah, quite a collection. I've been to this museum before, actually. I was here with the Tucker Convention about 3 years ago.
Go to work, I just don't know.
Yes, if we had time to tell every story of every vehicle, we would be here for a month, at least. I mean, it's such a shame to walk past a vehicle like this. I mean, look at that. That is just a gorgeous car.
Down on my shoes and my very last cent.
Getting a photo done in the National Museums. This is their photo car. They want a photo taken in this car, so. How cool is that? So there's a lot of cars in this museum that are one-off.
This has got to be one of the best museums I've ever seen. The cars are immaculate, well presented, well preserved, and there is a lot of one-off vehicles in this museum. And look at that, that is just pristine, in immaculate condition. And this is the 1960 Flying Caduceus built by Nathan Stick, which did 359 miles an hour.
Here we are in the Harrah's Museum with the 1907 Thomas Flyer that was actually in the New York to Paris race in 1907. This is the original car. It's been restored to post-race condition. I had actually seen the photos of prior to restoration, and it was a pretty sad car. So they've done a fabulous job to restore it into this condition.
This is Tucker 1032 in the Harrah's Auto Collection, which is in very good condition. It's well presented here. I'm not sure if it's driven very much, this one, but hey, it's still a Tucker, and I do get to sit in it.
Well, here we are at Tucker 1032 in Harrah's, and it's in beautiful condition. It's a nice display. It's been set up in here, and it does run apparently, yep, so they do take it out and use it. It's not going today, but they do use it, and that's one of the things about the Harrah's Museum. Well, there we go. We've had a tour around the museum. We've had a look at the Tucker. We've had a sit in it. Fabulous, you know. thanks to Becky Conti for showing me around. I had a wonderful time. Look, let's get going. We've got to see the rest of the world and all the other tuckers, so let's go. Okay, see ya. All right, Becky, thank you very much for showing me through the museum. Lovely museum. Now, you're going to sign the bonnet for us, aren't you?
Ah, love it.
There we go.
Love it.
All right, there you go. We've just finished at Harris Auto Museum and looked at the Thomas Flyer and the Tucker and a whole bunch of other cars. Man, beautiful. And they all run and they use more, which is pretty fantastic. Look, I've got to get going. I've got to get back to San Francisco. I've had an offer I can't refuse, so heading back to San Francisco now, and then we're going north to Seattle and the cold weather. I'm not keen on that, so I'm going to get up to Seattle real quick and then head back down. Let's go.
I wish I was Evel Knievel, fly my Harley over jumps.
Well, here we are on the road back to San Francisco from Lake Tahoe. We've just come down via Reno and obviously we're above the snow line. I mean, hasn't anyone told you I don't do snow? I mean, this is bloody ridiculous. I don't do snow, but it's just not that cold. I mean, here I am just in a shirt.
I wish I was Evel Knievel, steam soaring through the air, 100 miles per hour, he really doesn't care, he just leans forward, speeding to the ramp, I say he's not scared, but I know he's just a dad, the chimney's in the can, I won't blame him for that, all he did was hit a man with a baseball bat. I wish I was Evel Knievel, jumping over 50 cars,
It's so steep.
and flying all the buses.
This is so steep. We are just about to do Lombard Street. Well, again, but how can you resist not coming past here, eh? Look at that. I mean, how can you not do Lombard Street again? I don't think I'd like to live here, to be honest. All these tourists and cars. Here we are going across the Golden Gate Bridge, heading towards Steve Tremulous's house. He's invited me over this afternoon to have a look at what he's got in the shed, the Gyronaut X1.
Yeah, this the bike has been with the original builder and driver Bob Lepan.
Oh, okay.
All the way, yeah, he's had it since 1964. It was built in 1964. So we're planning on restoring the engines, not doing entirely a cosmetic restoration. We want to keep the patina that was on there, and especially any scars that were left over from the crash. So there's some wonderful scars that the chassis also still has, even though it was restored. And if you look down here on this cross member, this is where the engines go. The two engines fit right into this area. In 1970, the crash that Bob Lepan had was a result of this support member right here cracking, which left this axle free to wobble around. It's easier to get in than out. There you go.
Just thinking that.
Oh, I just realised I've got socks on. And how fast did he go in this thing?
245 miles per hour. Well, at the top speed was about 270. We've got he was timed at 264 after he crashed.
I suppose once you're sitting here for a while, you get a little bit more, like you're actually part of this machine. How's that?
That's looking pretty good.
Okay, Steve, come and sign the bonnet, buddy.
Is that okay?
Yeah, dump up your antenna. We're just saying goodbye to Steve Tremulous here. He's just shown us the Triumph motorbike that was designed by Alex Tremulous, and it's been a fabulous day here. It's been very good. Thank you very much for your hospitality. Show me all your photos, and just thank you very much. I'm glad I made the effort to come back down.
It's been a pleasure. Have a wonderful trip.
Thank you very much. Well, I'm going to go. I've got the rest of the world to see, so I'm out of here. See you, buddy. Thanks very much. All right.
we're off to see the rest of the world. Bye.
We're at Ford Francis Coppola's winery in Napa Valley, where we've come to have a look at the Tucker 1014, which is supposedly housed here in the winery, and there it is. I didn't get to sit in this Tucker, but I did a winery tour which was magnificent. These tunnels were dug into the hill at the back of the winery. And there is Ford Francis Coppola's house. Okay, we've just been to Inglenook and the Coppola winery out here in just out of past Napa, and had a nice wine tasting. It was very good. Actually, even got to see the Tucker there, which was a bit of a bonus upstairs. Very, very nicely displayed and very pristine condition too. So managed to get some photographs of that, but unfortunately unable to film it. But anyway, look, it's not all about the Tuckers. It's actually, this trip is a lot about, well, it's mainly about getting around the world in 300 days is the big goal. And the Tuckers, they're just turning points. You know, every time I hit a Tucker, you turn. And I mean, you can't get a better turning point in the world than a Tucker, I reckon. We're at the Coppola Winery in Jerseyville, where there is Tucker 1037 on display. So we're going to pop in and have a look at that. And there it is, beautifully displayed on a rotisserie and in immaculate condition, of course. And unfortunately, I didn't get to sit in this one also. But look, it's still another Tucker on my list, so I'm pretty happy. And here we are out front doing a bit of bonnet surfing and heading towards Fort Bragg for the night.